here. Hi!
Ah.
Wait, we're not centered.
Oh, it's because I'm over here.
Yeah, it was Cori, well, I would say Cori and I. This has been mostly Cori handling the technical setup and me being like, man, why isn't this Apple Music playlist working? Why is the Apple Music interface still so bad? Why do I still miss Rdio, which like went offline like 3 years ago? It was very good user interface, Rdio. Really good user interface. I got an email notification that I now qualify for Amazon Music.
Oh.
Because I have Prime.
Okay, yeah, I do not have Prime currently. I had for a while Kindle Unlimited, but just the libraries are so small.
Yeah. Well, I was like, I'm not interested in migrating to a third music service in as many years. I just started to, like, my Apple Music...
How do you want to address subs for this stream?
Oh, well, I think we should do them now. And then what we'll do is we're not going to talk about... I think we're going to have to mute the sub notifier while we're actually listening to music. And then we can talk about the subs between songs.
Okay.
So we had this plan that we were going to be watching old archive.org videos. But we can't... Well, I mean, we...
The HDMI input overrides stuff.
Override stuff. Cori was doing 99.5% of the technical setup. And I was like...
So thank you for subscribing. Azidburn 95 for 2 months. Music.
And Jay Blank has subscribed for 15 months in a row, saying 2017 in music for me. This year I met David Diggs at a party. He likes Crazy Ex-Girlfriend.
Nice.
Very nice. All right. So
I've been listening to clipping, so.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's the guy from Hamilton. At least I'm assuming that I'm not thinking of another.
Oh, David Diggs.
I think they're referring to David Diggs.
Okay.
I don't know of any other music or famous people named Diggs. We're not getting chicken music.
No.
There were no chicken albums that I listened to in 2017.
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. There's a good caveat because it was like literally the first question you asked me is like music from 2017 or music that was new to me in 2017.
Because I listened to a lot of music.
Yeah.
But not this time frame. It's much like my anime picks where I'm like, it's the 70s again.
Yeah. I mean, I think everybody has that, and the thing is like when you're when you're listening to music and stuff like that, like, it's impossible to keep up with the flow of new music, and often you need someone to be like, why don't you listen to this? And year-end lists are particularly good for that, but that's not helpful now. But this is Cori and I's picks of albums that actually came out in 2017. So here's what we're going to do. We're gonna play, like, a song for me, my number 5, and we're going to go to Cori's, but before we're going to preface it with some introductory information about the artist, so you can do that. So you can get an idea of what's going on with that, and
I think this will mute the sub notifier. So.
All right. We'll have to unmute that.
Later,
yeah. Panufar has just subscribed for 12 months in a row, saying 12 months of Lure and a music stream to celebrate, and Bitter One has subscribed for 10 months in a row. All right. So.
Levels are a little low.
Levels are a little low.
There we go.
Perfect.
Back to normal.
We can adjust the music. So my number 5 pick of the year, Cori and I were having a discussion about this, is St. Vincent put out a...
Do you want me to go
yeah.
here or... Spoilers!
Spoilers! It's going to be kind of spoilers anyhow, but whatever. They can't see the number 1 picks.
That's true.
Yeah.
And they can't see my number 2 picks.
That's true.
But did you want like a little HDMI window on that? Or do you want us tiny and it big?
Yeah, us tiny and it big.
All right.
Yeah. So, but...
So you can swap over there when you want.
Yeah, when I want to. But, so, St. Vincent put out an album this year called Mass Seduction, and it's very good. It's not the music of my heart, as in it doesn't maybe like lift my spirits the way her last album did, which is like a 10 out of 10 perfect album, her self-titled album that came out in 2014. But this album is great and weird and says a lot of interesting things and is like just so interesting and creative, and there's like a million puff pieces and think pieces about this album online because St. Vincent has quite a high profile, so if you are interested in it, you can certainly read more about it by people who have actually talked to her and who are more erudite about their discussion of music than I am. But basically it is an album about what happens when you get really famous and that fame fucks you up. And broadcasts the intimate details of your life to a new tabloid thirsty audience that previously did not care that you were sort of I would not say a closeted lesbian, because I don't think she was ever in the closet, but she never, like, it was not something she discussed. And she got really famous after her last album, and then started dating Cara Delevingne, who's a very famous model. And then everybody was very invested in her bedroom politics. And she just went on, like, 3 years of tours, and, like, she was, like, just... Yeah. The Cocaine Bloat album. No, it's not a Cocaine Bloat album. It's more like...
No.
It's more like, what is my inner emotional state like?
Yeah. It's more of an acknowledgement of just the effects of fame.
Yeah, that it's also an album about sex.
The effects of fame.
Yeah. So anyhow... this is not one of the singles. All the singles are very good, but I thought I would play a non-single track because I like that. But this is I was listening to this and I was like, oh no, this is supposed to be like, because before the album came out, it was like, oh, St. Vincent's going in a more poppy direction. This album's about sex, and like there's like a lady bent over in a leopard print thong on the cover, and I was like, no, I like weird St. Vincent, that she does such creative and interesting things with music. And then I got to this track and I was like,
Heather just rated us.
Oh, yay!
Welcome, Hodor fans!
Yeah. After I heard this song of the album, I was like, okay. This album is still weird as fuck. I'm okay with it. Alright, so. Okay. Oh, and I can go... Blah, 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 blah. Let us know what the volume is like there.
Ready for butts?
Yeah. This is Sugar Boy by St. Vincent, and I guess we're just gonna sit here quietly.
Tragedy.
They're gonna see my... I can't unlock my phone. They'll see my passcode.
You can just, we can go to the booth.
Yeah.
So I don't think any of the compression or anything that you were hearing was from our board, considering we had the music at a lot lower level than the mics.
Yeah, and I was like, you may have seen me do this, which was me going, oh, which is we might just need to turn the bass down on the overall board.
Maybe.
But I don't think it's cranked.
No.
But anyhow, that's Sugar Boy by St. Vincent. A lot of people, is the whole album that maraudery? No.
No.
The whole, like, Cori and I both really like this album.
Yes.
And it's all over the place. It's completely, it's out to lunch, it's bonkers, it's great. If you like that, then maybe check out the album. If you didn't like that, probably check it out anyhow, because there's lots of other things. But it's a very creative, interesting album. Alright, Cori, what's your pick?
I picked the album Report by Official Hige Dandyism, which is a Japanese boy squad, mustache themed, also called Higedan, and they're really upbeat a lot of the time, and they just have like a nice acoustic piano with rock on top, and I find their songs really, like, they have a nice hook, like, all the time, but
I dig it.
yeah.
Oh, and hey, your thing worked. Nicer all subscribed for 15 months in a row.
Right.
And we didn't hear that. All right, let's play the next song.
So this is Hajimari no Asa. So you gonna do volume on your phone, or should I do volume on the board?
Do the volume on the board.
How is that?
I think that's slightly better. Eh. Oh, wait. That's how I watch concerts.
Yeah.
was rad. I like how it started at like 8 and went up to 15 by the end of the song.
And it's just like, way to ramp you up.
Oh yeah, I don't think you can listen to that song and not feel good.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And like, I think the next track on the album is about the same, and the other ones are all just like easily listenable.
Nice, I like that. So okay, so that's official Hige Dandism.
Yep.
It's on Apple Music. It's not that rare.
Nope.
So, yeah. Do you know what the song is about?
No, I think the title is it's the beginning of the morning.
Oh, okay. So it's just like let's do this kind of song.
Yeah.
That's kind of the vibe I got from it. I was like, the front person was belting it. I like that.
Mm-hmm. And actually, like, they do have some stuff up on YouTube. They have a YouTube channel, and they're, I don't know, if you want to watch boys in suits with little mustache things, because they're mustache themed.
I love that that's like a thing, that they're mustache themed.
Mm-hmm. And people were talking about like Bump of Chicken, and I think if you like Bump of Chicken or Unison Square Garden or things like that, then check out Higgin.
Sweet. So I hope this isn't a theme, but I think it might be a theme. Cori's going to talk about music that makes you feel up and feel happy. Okay, because all of my music is like, well, no, I've got one happy song on here, actually. But most of my music is downers.
Oh, no.
So let's take the energy way down for my number 4 pick. So you've heard of Father John Misty, right?
Yes.
I believe I sent you, after this album came out, several over-the-top Slack messages like saying, you need to listen to Father John Misty. Pure comedy is really good.
Don't remember that.
This would have been months ago. This would have been like in June or something like that.
Now, I'm aware of Father John Misty because I like Fleet Foxes, but I don't specifically listen to Father John Misty. I know he comes up in conversations between like artists a lot, like musical people, and I'm like, but
yeah. So he put out an album called Pure Comedy this year, and like everybody really loved I Love You Honey Bear, which was his previous album, and I was like, on it. Like I was like, this is fine. It's nothing like amazing, but it's good. And then this album came out, and everybody's like, no, this album's kind of a downer. And I'm like,
my jam.
I'm listening. And so yeah, all the lyrics are really depressing, but they're beautifully written. And I'm usually not a lyrics person, so think of that as high praise from me. And all the music is gorgeous. Like we're talking like Randy Newman, Elliott Smith levels of
Randy Newman?
Like, you know, the Monsters, Inc. soundtrack?
Okay.
Like, you know, that beautiful, it's not to my taste, but like beautiful orchestral, nice sounds put together, kind of like very over-the-top pop music. That, but with like these super downer lyrics. So I'm like, yes.
So I would like to top up my coffee, and we should talk about Cheers.
I'm going to talk about Cheers and Bits, and then around our subs, and then we'll play this song. So Nicerole sub for 15 months in a row. I think we got Nicerole, but I'll talk about them again just in case. Feltic has cheered with 330 bits, saying really glad I could make the stream and enjoy hearing about new music, especially stuff that others are passionate about. Slopopotamus has subscribed for 9 months in a row, and MTV CDM has cheered with 70 bits. Says let's see where the charity tote board's at. All right. So, without further ado, this one is called Things That Would Have Been Nice to Know Before the Revolution. It's very good. It's very good. All right. Or things that would have been helpful to know before the revolution. I'm sorry. Oh no. Why?
Just give it time. It's sort of fitting.
Got too hot, and so we overthrew the system. 'Cause there's no place for human existence like right here.
This is so bad.
Bright blue marble, orbited by trash. Man, there's no big that. There's no big thing to give up the way of life we had. My social life is now quite a bit less hectic. The nightlife shame, but what a perfect afternoon. Started dropping, the ice floes began to freeze. From time to time, we all get a bit restless with no one advertising to us constantly. The tribe at the former airport, some nights has needed dancing. If you don't mind gathering and hunting, we're all still pretty good at eating on the run. Things that would have been helpful to know before the revolution. Though I'll admit some degree of resentment for the sudden lack of convenience around here, but there are some visionaries among us developing some products to aid us in our struggle to survive on this godless rock that refuses to die.
All right, so
Yeah.
so you see what I mean about like the music is like achingly gorgeous. You've got people who are like, wow, this reminds me of the Decemberists. This reminds me of Elton John. Actually, Cori and I, what we were saying when we, because I was like,
Because
wait,
that big swell.
it's so Beatles.
Like,
With,
I was listening to, like, Across the Universe on the way over here, and I was just like, oh.
Yeah, like, if you like, I don't know if this is as much Decemberist as it is, like, Elton John and the Beatles and stuff like that. Like, Father John Misty is definitely going back to that beautiful, like, 70s. And that's why I say Randy Newman as well. Right, like that's like a sort of a touch point for him is that grandiose sort of 70s sort of soft rock sound, which is great. I love it. But the lyrics are just a real right. That on that godforsaken rock that refuses to die. What a great way to end the song.
Billy Joel.
Yeah. So that was sort of a big downer. The whole album's a big downer. That's like not even the most grand and sweeping and epic song on that album.
Cool.
It just happened like some of the songs are quite long, so I wanted to do something that was only 4 minutes. Mm-hmm. But like the first
only 4 minutes. Yes, I felt that way with a lot of my picks. I was just like, oh man, I'm picking a lot of 4-minute things. Oh no.
I hate to do this to you, but I did have to pick a very long song because it's so very good.
I don't know, when Eden of the East came out, there was an Oasis song, and there's a 23-minute remix as part of their album that we really love.
I think if something needs to take 23 minutes, it needs to take 23 minutes. You can't rush musical talent. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about bits and cheers.
Yeah, so Stormshot cheered us with, Stormshot 14 cheered us with 300 bits for charity. Thank you. And SA Jewers has cheered 250 bits for Happy Boxing Day and charity as well. Forge Bold subscribed for 3 months in a row.
Sorry.
Incorrect. Yes, No Signal, Unsupported Signal, my favorite double-sided single release of 2017. Cetralin has cheered with 50 bits. Got the day off work for the stream. Ready for some new music. And Earthen One gave us 64 bits for charity. New music on Boxing Day. It's more likely than you think.
And Giuseppe has cheered with 250 bits, saying, "Hey, 250 bits for charity. Thank you so much for this lovely surprise." And Thurberus has subscribed for 5 months in a row. How do we, do we just have to, jiggle the thing? I unplugged my phone and plugged it back in.
I'll move to preview, editor, and then we can watch it in real time.
Come on, please work.
Poke the box. Oh god, no, I'm not going to touch the box again, because last time I did that, it made everything reset.
Oh, right.
Because I have a static field.
Okay, I'll poke the box. I mean, I don't know if it's going to be any better if I poke the box, but...
Definitely poke the box. It's got a button on the front for switching HDMI signals. I would point at it, but I can't get my hand close. Yes, that's it.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure I was going to poke the right box.
We are now watching Kathleen hit a button. Oh, that almost switched to computer. Yep.
No, it's just the cable, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Something happened.
This is...
Oh well. But I will post in chat my pick.
We could also put up a thing on the the overlay. We'll work on that
a thing.
Just so people can see it.
Just like a
text. Yeah, a text box on the overlay. But
yeah, that's easy.
While we're working on that, we're going to mute ourselves and we're going to play. Cori, what's your next pick?
I cheated because technically the album came out December of last year, but it was only released physically in January.
I think that
Run the
counts.
Jewels 3, and I'm going to play Legend Has It because that song has been used a lot in advertising for the year for things like the Black Panther movie trailers and such.
Yeah, I feel like my Run the Jewels personal album order, because I was like, I need to learn about Run the Jewels. So I think for me it goes 1, very close 3, and then 2. But I'm not a Run the Jewels expert.
3 is very close to number 1 for me as well. I really like Sea Legs off the first one, but I like the transition a lot from Legend Has It to Call Ticketron. Call Ticketron's actually my favorite track on the album. But
you played this one, so people will be like, this song from the thing I like.
Yeah.
Well,
I guess it is the major single, I guess, from the album. I don't know. But yeah. I just love I guess Killer Mike's lyricism and such. I ended up encountering them based on the NPR's Tiny Desk concerts, and they were adorable and cute. And
very good at what they do.
Very good at what they do, and I've seen Killer Mike in interviews, and he's just so lovable.
I'm sure if you haven't checked out Run the Jewels, check it out. Very quickly before I press play, though, Matt Mitchell, 45, cheered with 200 bits for Poke the Box. Cetra Lynn has cheered with 50 bits, saying, 50 bits, I always forget, remember, #charity. And Bannerell has cheered with 50 bits, saying, I've also forgotten #charity a couple times, but not this time. All right.
What? Hear what I say. We are the business today. Fuck shit is finished today. RT&J, we the new PB&J. We dropped the classic today. We did a tablet of acid today. The joints with the matches and ashes away. We dash away. Donna and Dixon, the pistol is blasting away. Doctors of death, killing our patients of breath. We are the pain you can trust. Dropping it work, hooking up curses and slurs. Smoking my brain in the mush. I became famous for blaming you fuck. Naming my way through the brush. There was no training or taming of me and my bra. Live like a man, but I'm animal raw. We are the murderers there. That with the jail and we murdered the murderers there. Then with the hell and discovered the devil delivered some hurt and despair. Used to have powder to push. Now I smoke pounds of the push. Holy, I'm burning the bush. Now I give a fuck about none of this shit. You run her over and out of this bitch. Woo. Woo. Step into the spotlight. Woo. If uppers and downers get done, I'm in a rush to be numb. Dropping 1,000 ain't much. Come from the clouds on the missile to turn this whole town into dust. Don't make a sound, baby, hush. I am the living swipe right on the mic, I'm a slut. I don't know how to not spit like a loud. I spit a pound of my kids on your couch. Half of a Mongol and mystical team, feeling this treacherous thing. Legend says Ellen's a spawn out of hell. The myth is my mama's a murderous queen. Yo, I get in like in Godfather 1. You get the gun as I christen my son. If I die today in this hell, I should pay. Tell the Lord Mikey said, fuck, it was fun. Every new record's my dick in a box. We get a doozy, the mullah's a lot. You're getting used to me doing no wrong. I don't play chicken, you prick, I'm a fly. You wanna kick it, I'll give you the rod. You kiss the wood chipper blade if you bark. I'm fucking magic, in fact, I'm a warlock of talk. I got a unicorn horn.
Stop.
Step into the spotlight. And the crowd goes. And the crowd goes. And the crowd goes. And the crowd goes. Mike in the jelly won't snitch. I run the room at the Ritz. I sip a fifth of the whiz. I smoke a dub in the tub. Then I was flip on my wrist. I'll pull a sword on you since, just for the flick of the wrist. Itching at giving a miss. Me and my skip away whistling and grin. Every day's golden when you only win. Bullying bastards and beating on beats. Sounds like a day at the beach. Preach. I keep the middle school step on your feet before you can speak. We move from one the ones you think of me. You think I'm lying, you right, see my teeth. Don't be a bro when I'm wrong if I move. But there's no fun when your prey doesn't move. I put a gun to a bunny like truth. Say something funny, your bunny go boom. You got a bevy of shit you could groove. We like to thank you for choosing our crew. And that's from the crew you can trust. Warranty plus for fucking shit up. We are the no-gooders, do-gooders, known of the dancers and dealers and doers of dust.
Wait. Ah, okay, the light went off, or the light stayed on, but we're unmuted. That was Run the Jewels. God, that song's good. It's a very good song.
It is.
It's really good. Remember how I said all my songs were downers?
Mm-hmm.
No! Okay.
Oh, what?
So this is
I mean, Sugar Boy's kind of not a...
It's kind of a downer.
It's fun.
Oh, it's very fun, but it's...
Well, it's the same as this one. Like, this particular Run the Jewels track has some dark themes, but...
I mean, that's most Run the Jewels tracks.
That's most Run the Jewels tracks.
But that just part where they're like, and the crowd's like, RDJ! And then it's like, oh, that's so good. I want to see that live.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just the whole, because it would be like, you'd see it in like Key Arena, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm sure Run the Jewels could bring in that many people. They should. They should. If they can't, they should.
They definitely do.
Good. And just the whole crowd going, RDJ.
Yeah.
Oh. And then you get like moshed to death, but it's fine. So all my songs are downers, except, no, this is not a downer, actually. This is, okay. I'm a really big fan of like psych rock and garage rock, and there's this guy named Ty Segall who's been out for years, and he's getting sort of progressively more confident in his music, and it's really really cool because like when he started putting out his albums, they were always very good songs, but he had like bad production and lots of distortion and stuff like that, and he put out his second self-titled album this year, so it's really hard to find, but you want Ty Segall 2017 is the name of this one.
Okay.
And this isn't even a single or anything like that, but it's just a really fun, short song. It's still garagey, but like I think Ty Segall is going to go to some big places, and like I think he's going to get real popular in the next couple of years if he keeps putting out music this good. And in addition to this album that he put out, he's incredibly prolific. He put out another couple of singles this year, which are also like so good. So this is Take Care to Comb Your Hair, and I really like this song, and like the whole album is really good. This is the poppiest he's ever been. So, and we'll get that one on the screen too.
So we got...
Take care to brush your long hair when you can't brush it any longer. It might just disappear. your long hair. It's not growing any longer. I guess it disappeared.
Okay, I really like that.
Isn't that? This album is so good. It's so good. It's not like particularly dark or particularly amazing. They're just.
But you can just imagine just like loading that up and just like listening.
It's
to
very.
speakers
It's just like
and-
summer jams.
Yeah.
You're laying there. The breeze is going through your hair. You have a beer.
something like that. Yeah,
Oh, it's so good.
and just like you just relax.
Oh, it's
You just be.
this is just. That's very different from the other Ty Segall I've heard. Yeah, his older stuff is much more just like wall of noise. Like it's still got these like little poppy sing-along nuggets of like goodness in it, and I like that kind of music too. I've been listening to Ty Segall for a couple years now, but then he put out all the stuff that came out this year, and I was like, this changes everything. I can start showing people this music, and they're gonna listen to me now, and I'm very excited because I love like distortion-y garage rock music. It's one of my favorite genres.
So we've got
Now
200 bits from Matt Mitchell 45, send Poke the Box.
Oh.
And Cetralin gave us 50 bits. I always forget, remember hashtag charity. Banrail has also cheered 50 bits. Also forgotten charity a couple times, but not this time. Thank
No.
you. And Turtle Zed Bug subscribed for 13 months in a row. Thank you.
Yeah. All right, so now we got to change things, but this is fine because maybe this will reset the thing.
I've got one more that's on there.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind then.
That's my, this, third
Yes.
place pick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're at album number 3 here.
We are at album number 3, and mine is Lady World by TWRP, and Ian played, I think, Sunday. He played one of the tracks, Atomic Karate. What happened? Something died?
I tried to bring it up,
Oh.
and then it started playing, and I was like,
Oh no! Spoilers!
I know.
Sounds!
I know.
So I think their Twitter account bio lists them as a funk electric group from the 80s and also the future. And they do the whole costume thing.
This sounds amazing.
They all have backstories and stuff, and they do collaborations with like Ninja Sex Party, so we kind of know.
I've never heard of Ninja Sex Party.
Okay, yeah. So this group's Canadian.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, people know who they're putting their Bandcamp up there.
Yeah.
All
yes,
right.
it's Tupperware Remix Party.
This is the band that Abby Howard did the comic about.
Yes.
Oh, with like the cones and stuff like
That
that.
is the yes. There's the cone. One of them's a lion. They've got a robot drummer that doesn't speak, and then I think
Like all
just
the
a
best
generic sci-fi robot man. But yeah,
Oh, I'm super excited to hear this. All right, so you picked Body
I picked
Image?
Body Image off
Okay.
the album because Ian played Atomic Karate the other day.
All right, well, we're going to listen to that. I'm very excited. I was like, it's got a fade out.
Yeah.
I love a good fade out. It's honestly
got a fade out.
one of my favorite things. That was amazing. I've never heard that song before, but it's like, it's impossible not to like groove.
Mm-hmm. And then, like, Atomic Karate is just so silly.
I mean,
So
I'm absolutely positive you should have a positive body image,
baby.
That's
Yes.
so nice. I really like that. That's just nice. It was fun. It was good. There's a whole album like in that sort of like 80s funk vibe.
It's that time frame, that tone.
Oh,
kinda,
perfect. So 'cause
yeah.
a lot of people in chat were like, "Oh, this sounds kind of like
Daft Punk.
yeah."
Yeah.
So if you like that, go check out this cool Canadian indie band. Can I take the mood down a bit?
Well, since you asked.
I mean, yeah,
Of course.
I'm going to. Okay, so when I was putting together my top 5 albums, like my 4s were Windmill Slams, but my number 2 was just like my number 1 and number 2 were like pretty.
Fighty?
No, this is like if it goes 5 and then 4 and then 3, or I guess if it goes 5 and then 4 and then 3, it goes number 2 and then number 1. So like my number 2 album, I was just like, this album is brilliant. Okay, so my number 2 album of the year, which I did not think it would be so, is American Dream by LCD Sound System, which is definitely the best LCD Sound System album.
Okay.
Which for me is surprising because they're back on the quest for more money.
No.
Well, turns out they had some deep feelings that they could only express through the language of song. And, like, typically, LCD Sound System, especially with the lyrics, like, I know I'm not a lyrics person, I'm talking all about the lyrics and stuff like that, but I feel like if I'm talking about something as best of the year, I need to, like, really explain what's going on. It's kind of like, yes, I'm watching you young people party, and yeah, I've been through all of that before, and aren't I sort of older and wiser and more detached, is sort of the feeling you get from LCD Sound System songs. This time, is more just like, I've seen some stuff. So, like, this is definitely LCD Sound System at their most, like, actual, like, this is, like, raw and confessional. And, like, this is just, yeah, this is an album with some, like, I feel like I'm closer to the band from listening to this album. And especially this song. This song is great. There are songs on the album that sound like classic LCD Sound System, like Tonight.
It's fine.
Tonight is really good. But this song is definitely the best song on the album. A lot of people, like music critics, have been talking about, like, obviously, there's like some Suicide, which is a very influential band from the 80s, influences and stuff like that. But this is, this is quite a long song, but this song is really good. And I want you to listen to the whole thing, and I want just everybody to just sit here and go on the journey that this song is taking us on. And it's really long, and I apologize, but I was listening to this song, and I was walking, because I typically listen to music while I walk.
Yep.
And literally my jaw dropped.
Oh.
I had to stop and then plan a longer route home so I could continue listening to the whole of this song. I could not get home because I was only like a block from my house, and
It's
I
like
realized
the equivalent of like parking the car and then leaving it on so that you can finish the track.
Correct. This this song, jaw-droppingly good, from my number 2 pick. This is How Do You Sleep? So Cori will see that this is a 9-minute long song, but it's worth every minute of it. All right, then it fades out for another like 15 seconds or so. So Cori, I don't know if you noticed that, showed me that the hairs on her arm were standing up.
Yeah, it just went.
Yeah, I get that. Like, you know how people like I get an ASMR reaction, but only from certain music, and just like when the high synth comes in right at the end, like I can just feel this like wave going up to the and like the whole back of
just
my
like
brain
that
tingles.
Steady line of vocal, and then just like everything kind of around it, just it's so nice. That song, like together.
Did that feel like 9 minutes?
No.
Like the first part, you're like, okay, yeah, I see where this is going, and then once the song sort of kicks in, it just flies by.
Yeah.
Like so that's when. So now you know I was like, I can't go home. I'd have to take off my headphones if I go. I have to listen to this song. Oh my god. So this whole album was really good. That's the centerpiece of the album, that song, How Do You Sleep? It's about the breakup of like a very intense close friendship between
like it
James
reminded
Murphy
me it reminded me a
and-
bit of actually like Moonshaped Pool.
Yeah,
Right, yeah.
which is and you heard me waxing poetic about how good that album was.
Nope.
Oh, I was just yelling about it all of Desert Bus. If this was if this year was music we got into this year, not just music that released in 2017, a Moonshaped Pool would probably be on that.
Yeah.
That's my favorite song structure, just like it starts out very quiet and just goes to this
And it just
swelling
like layers
crescendo.
and
Oh god, this whole album is really good, but that is just amazing. That was 9 minutes. That felt like 4. No way that was 9 minutes. That was 9 minutes, that song. That's my number 2 pick. That is so good, but how can something be better? Well, my number 1 pick is pretty amazing, but now we got to change phones because we got to go to Cori's number 2 pick, which is not on Apple Music, which might be a bit of a spoiler for what it is. But Cori, what's this album?
This album is Mouth Moods by Neil Cicerega.
Yeah!
And I I've been a fan since Mouth Sounds and then Mouth Silence, and Bustin' came out, I think, as a single last year.
Yeah, and you and Ian.
Because like Bustin' is just like it just takes something that's so familiar and then warps it in a way that it's unrecognizable but still maintains like all of the kind of elements of it. And so for the tracks I picked, because I picked 2.
Yeah, because my track was 9 minutes long, so I was like, Cori,
So I was allowed to pick 2 tracks. So I'm going to start with Annoyed Grunt and then go to Time, or Time, because I feel like they show kind of the general creativity in the album.
I don't think you could actually do even. I think even if it was one song, I don't think that you could show off the depth of this album with one song.
Yeah,
because there's so much going on.
Yeah, it was hard to pick 2, but like a lot of them, it's just like, haha, I get the joke, and then it just kind of continues, like with like what is it, ACVC? Yeah, Vanessa Carlton, where it's just like, haha, it's an AC/DC song on top of Vanessa Carlton, and it's like, But all of the other tracks are better, and Wow Wow is fantastic as well.
We danced to Wow Wow at Desert Bus this year.
Ian spent a lot of time learning all of the lyrics.
I noticed. All right. Let's play that. Oh, wait, first.
We've got some sub.
Yeah, Lucan has subscribed. Thank you, Lucan, for subscribing for the first time to this, our music stream.
That has never happened before.
But, I don't know, we got like 500 viewers, so maybe Cori and I will make this happen again, because Cori and I both are very passionate about music.
Oh, yes.
Cori's one of my music friends.
Oh.
It's so rare to find people that you can be like, because you know how the music makes your head tingle? And most people are like, no. Right?
Do people not get head tingles from music?
I don't think... A lot of people like music because it sounds nice.
Okay.
I'm not, like, trying to be a music snob about this.
No, it's just it's a different experience than what I have.
Yeah, I listen to music like a raven taking apart a nut. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Like
you dig in there and, like, you listen to it over and over and over again, and then you, like...
What does it mean, man?
What does it mean? Or, like... Oh, I hadn't actually listened to this instrument of this song.
That's... Anyhow, right. Sir Slips is shared with 500 bits saying, thank you so much for sharing these. LCD was an experience. Hashtag charity. Thank you, Sir Slips. And Piper Lion has subscribed for 15 months in a row, says, lapse for a bit, but I'm back. All right. So
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Let's listen to Mouth Moods. Please work.
Larry King Live.
Yes.
How do you explain Tim Allen? Phil Collins is next.
I can't wait to read this book. They tell me there's a story in the book about you having sex with a ghost.
Oh, boy, yeah. But this was at a time when I was filming Ghostbusters.
So that would have gone into Bustin', but now we're listening to Time instead.
Young man, there's no need to feel down. I said, young man, pick yourself off the ground. I said, young man, cause you're in a new town. There's no need to be unhappy. Young man, there's a place you can go. I said, young man, when you're short on your dough, you can stay there. And I'm sure you will find many ways to have a good time. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. They have everything fun to stay after a while. No man, young man, does it all by himself. Young man, put your pride on the shelf.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay. Somebody in chat, it was going by. It takes a real brain to sort of realize that these things could go together.
Like a lot of like mashup culture is just like making more dancey stuff, right?
Yeah.
And then you get into some of Neil's work, and there's just like, I think Mouth Silence is the most complicated album because as a concept album, it requires a lot of work to get because there's so much crap just hidden in it. Like there's just like a tone over the entire album that, like, if you speed it up, translates to like the first line of All Star or something like that. And
do you think
people have like picked it apart?
So Neil Cicerega is responsible for the resurgence of All Star.
Maybe solely. I don't know.
Because
he was into Shrek before Shrek was cool again.
Yeah. Like the thing is, if that was in Mouth Silence, that was years before All Star became like a funny meme. He just put that in there.
I think he just released a Christmas album under Lemon Demon.
Oh.
Like yesterday or the day before.
That sounds like something he would do. He's incredibly prolific.
I haven't listened to it.
Wow. So that was really good. I was just really like, everybody's like, wow, this is ASMR was just stuff. Hans Zimmer is a genius.
Oh yeah.
Like Hans Zimmer is
getting those tones in there.
Oh yeah. He knows exactly what he's doing for eliciting maximum emotional response. But as Goat Prince too said in chat, you know what? Like it's actually the song is actually about a really serious kind of a downer subject, and just to recontextualize it like that is really
that makes it more interesting than YMCA has ever been.
Yeah, well, because YMCA now is a joke.
That's exactly it. And then you just slap it up, slow it down, and it's like, oh gosh.
Yeah. I do like what he did at the end, where making it sound like sort of like far away, like a choir was singing it.
Yeah.
It was good. Just very clever, very creative. So that was your number 2 album of the year.
Yeah, that was my number 2 album of the year.
Okay, we have a lot of bits and stuff to go through, so let's quickly... Corin Horn was really into that. He cheered with 1,000 bits for Mouth Sounds, #charity. Then he cheered with another 1,000 bits for Inarticulate Grunt. Then Goat Prince 2 resubscribed. And then Corin Horn cheered with another 1,000 bits for Charity Doe. And then Bass Gray 20 subscribed for 13 months in a row, saying, more music, friend streams, please. This has been wonderful. Rock Pusher cheered with 250 bits for the people hearing this for the first time. Congratulations. #charity. Banner L cheered with another 50 bits, saying 50, okay, yeah, the odd mixture review vibe of annoyed grunt gave me head tingles. Corin Horn cheered with another 1,000 bits, saying 1,000 bits #charity for Yoshi. And then Occasional Goit just subscribed thanks to Rocket John, and Moral Bacteria subscribed for 14 months in a row, and Occasional Goit has cheered with 200 bits, saying Rocket John is cool.
Well, thank you.
All right, so now we got to get into my number 1 album of the year, and I'm so excited to share this with you.
I'm getting more coffee.
Okay, I am so excited to share this with chat.
I'm making more suspense.
Okay.
Can you guys believe?
So I think it's important to point out that sometimes you find out about new music in weird ways. And in fact, I found this band because I was bored and I was killing time and I was in Seattle and I picked up a copy of The Stranger. Just because it was in the coffee shop I was waiting at. I think I was waiting for Graham or something like that.
Is that a newspaper or
it's a local newspaper. The Stranger is like a local, it's like the Monday magazine of Seattle.
Okay.
And I picked up a copy of The Stranger, and they had and I flipped to the music section, as I am wont to do, because I like to hear about bands and stuff like that.
Correct.
Or I guess
and Seattle's a good place for it.
Seattle's a good place. And they had an article about this band, and I read and I was like, oh, and I started reading it because the band had a stupid name.
Good.
And then I read the article and how it described the music. I was like, oh, this sounds like it's exactly my jam. And then I listened to it and I was like, oh, this is exactly my jam! So I did a little bit more digging into this band, which is called King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. They're an Australian 8-piece psych rock concept weirdo group of...
8-piece.
8-piece.
How many drums?
2.
Yeah.
2 drummers. I think one's
as is correct.
Just like Slipknot, 8 members, 2 drummers.
Oh, you probably like Spree or like Arcade Fire or whatever.
Yeah. Okay. So King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. Oh, so Lamb Moser's like, yes, King Gizzard. They're incredibly prolific. I like randomed into. They have a like a spectrum of albums. Like some of them are very metal, and some of them, like they put out one this year that's just like pastoral folk rock with lots of flute.
Okay.
My favorite of their albums fall into the psych rock sort of prog area in the middle. So this is a psych rock prog album. They put out 4 albums this year. No. It gets better. This one came out a little while ago. They released it for free, so if you like this, you can just listen to it. You can go and download it for free. There's a Kickstarter right now for the vinyl of this album because they said if you want to start your own record label using this album, go ahead, ask them, and they'll send you the high-quality masters.
Oh.
So that somebody's kickstarting a vinyl of this album. It's only $21 though, so I'm a little doubtful if that's enough to cover
quality
quality vinyl and Kickstarter fees and shipping. So I'm a little otherwise I might have backed the Kickstarter. There are no days left on that Kickstarter. There's still a 5th coming this year. Apparently they're supposed to release 5 albums this year. They've released 4.
But why?
Because they have so many ideas, Cori. And at first I thought my favorite King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard album of this year would be Microtonal Flying Banana, which is all about micro-tunings because they can. But then Polyguandanaland came out. Wait, it gets better! And it's just one long prog album where all the tracks run into one another.
Oh, no.
It's so
So we're going to listen to
we have to listen to 3. It's a 3-suite movement. Like a 3-song suite, I guess. This album is just good. There's so many ideas going along. Mm-hmm. It's like, do you like Yes? Then you're going to say yes to this.
I like Yes.
Yeah. I like Yes too. Like it's just really, really good. There's a lot of ideas going on, and the thing is, unlike prog rock bands of the 1970s, they're like, I'm so smart and very puffed up.
That's what they sound like, yeah.
But there is sort of an arrogance to the prog rock music. Yeah. Of them being like, we are doing creative things with music that you mere mortals could not hope to comprehend. These guys, you just get that they're doing it because they love music.
They're having fun.
And you messed up the title. Flying Microtonal Banana. I'm sorry.
You said Microtonal Flying Banana.
Oh my goodness. It's fake music, girl. Revoke my music card. Clearly I don't know what I'm talking about.
And Matt Mitchell 45?
Yeah.
That's an offense.
So basically, yeah, I wrote a song in 15-16 time. Me. Yeah, that is sort of like that.
Yeah.
The headcanon that a lot of people have about prog rock music. This is just people who want to make crazy, weird music and have so many ideas they can't contain them all, and they're giving it away for free. So this is a three songs, but this is from Polyguandanaland by King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, which is still the world's worst name for a band. But I'm glad I read that article to discover this. So don't be ashamed of it. Also, the whole world has come around to this band this year. I am not on the forefront of adopting, but everybody that I've told about this band is either like, oh yeah, I just heard about those guys, they're supposed to be amazing, or okay, you're now the 10th person to tell me that this band is fucking rad and I should be listening to them, and now I am telling you that this band is fucking rad and you should be listening to them. Alright, please work. This is, yeah. lizard wizard.
Oh, that's it?
That's it. There's
Aw.
one more. Then the last song on the album is so good too.
It's only like 4 tracks on the album, or?
No, that's the how many tracks are there? 8, I think.
Okay.
8 or 9, and that's like 6, 7, 8, and then 9 is the last track, which is also so good. But like, if I had to pick, if I had to pick some songs off that, like in a perfect world, I'd just play the whole 44-minute album anyhow, because it's free. But nobody.
I
wants
mean, I
to.
feel the same way about my top
Yeah,
album.
yeah, exactly, right? But like, I picked those 3 songs because they're beautiful, they're interesting, they're incredibly catchy and fun to listen to, but there's so much stuff going on. Like, they're just great, and they all lead into one another, so they give you, like, this very good, like, prog rock experience. Like, 10 tracks, that was 5, 6, 7, I'm so sorry. But yeah, like I said, this album only came out a couple weeks ago, so I haven't actually had a chance to, like, really listen
and
to it.
if you're saying they were going to come up with, like, 5 albums this
And
year?
they've still got a few days left.
Ugh.
What a great band. That's my number one pick
It's just
of
like
album of the year.
vocal harmonies, get the flute in there. It's
And just someone, and like
delightful.
It's just so good. It's so technically competent, but in like a good way.
In a friendly way instead
Yeah.
of an aggressive, showy-offy way.
What I like is the vocals are quite soft. They treat the vocals like there is like the low kind of like blah 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 blah, like sort of like offset vocal that they use for like emphasis in some parts. But like, Kathleen, which Giz album is your favorite overall? I'm in Your Mind Fuzz is my favorite one because that's their most psych rock. And Flying Microtonal Banana and Polygondanaland that they put are my 2 favorite they put out this year. I didn't really like the one they did with the other band, the sort of like pastoral flute heavy one. I was like, this one's okay. But, like, you know, you're putting out this many albums. They're not all going to be winners, but they're all interesting.
Ouch.
I mean, they're not all going to make my top 10, but, like, oh my god. Towards the end of that last track, that person's voice sounded like a didgeridoo. Yeah. They do a lot of interesting stuff there, but what I think keeps it, like, grounded is that the vocals are, like, very soft. Like, the vocal delivery is soft, so it's not just, like, then one more thing over top, because there's so much happening.
No, it's right in the middle there.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's just so good. And if you like prog rock, you're going to like this band, and you're certainly going to like this album. And if you don't like prog rock, but you like that, maybe you do like prog rock. Somebody was saying this sounds like metal era Pink Floyd, which is my favorite era of Pink Floyd. And yeah, like I really like, as somebody who likes that kind of music, like, yeah, this is great. Okay, let's talk about our bits, and then we're going to get to Cori's top album of the year. All right, so Angezetta has cheered with 50 bits, #charity. Scar Red Tiger has cheered with 250 bits, saying, hello from the bold new world of full-time employment.
Hey.
Thanks for keeping me sane through the job search. Congratulations, Scar Red Tiger. Slurpee E just subscribed, thanks to Rocket John. And Occasional Goit has cheered with 300 bits, saying, #charity, thanks for the recommendations. Cori, what's your number 1 album of the year?
Well, my number 1 album of the year is a sci-fi concept album. Post-apocalyptic future. There's robots and love. This is by Jonathan Colton. It's Solid State. The tracks I picked, like, there is kind of like a through line through a lot of the tracks, but I picked like one from the beginning, one from the middle, and one from the end to just kind of show like the breadth of the thing. They're not necessarily my favorite tracks, but I do love them.
Right.
There's a lot going on. Like, he did some collaboration with Amy Mann on this, and I think one of the tracks she does vocals on, and there was a companion comic book by Matt Fraction.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he gave Matt Fraction descriptions of kind of like what his mind space was while writing the tracks, and then there's a comic book. And so each of the tracks has like a chapter in the comic, but there's like a full storyline through it.
Oh man, I'm excited. So what's our first track that we're listening to?
It's actually the first track of the album. It's Wake Up.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, let's start that. And do you want to stop between them, or do you want to just let them all run together? Because you said they're not contiguous.
They're not
on
contiguous,
the album.
but
You can decide.
I can decide.
Partway through.
day's begun. Reach out and take the sun, shine it on the face of a sweet dream and make it come true. Wake up, the whole world is waiting for you. Deep breath and hold it in. Breathe out and make it spin. Ride it to the top of this great big impossible world. Wake up, the whole world is waiting for you. We can't make a move without you. We can only dream about you, wondering what you're keeping behind those big baby blues. Stand still and settle down. Dig deep and find the ground. Walk right to the edge with your eyes wide and take in the view. Wake up, the world is waiting for you. Wake up, the world is waiting for you. Wake up, the world is waiting for you.
Is that I haven't heard this album. So is that a suitable tone setter for the entire album?
Basically.
Are you ready to go on Big Feels time?
It's basically Big Feels time. It's
I
it's a
love
lot
it.
about like
I love an album of big feelings.
like I don't know, like fame and success, but also internal personal issues that you can't communicate, and just relationships with other people. And it's just like it's complicated. It touches a lot of stuff, but it's also like very much an evolution of Jonathan Colton from like stuff from like Thing a Week up till now. And
Interesting.
Like it's even like a step up from Artificial Heart. Yeah.
There's a lot. What you may have seen me talking to Cori about is I was like, listen to something, and I heard it again. I was like, there's bells in this. He went all out. There's somebody going. There's a lot of production happening.
Yeah.
Is what Cori said.
Yeah. There's a lot of production on the whole thing, and it's like, it was really hard to pick the tracks to go into because that one goes into All This Time, which there was that music video with the text display if you saw it, which is cool and kind of actually really closely reflects what is in the comic for that chapter. But yeah, so I'm gonna go into pictures of cats next.
All at once, it fills up my feed. More bad news that I didn't need. I can't stop reading, but I wish that I didn't know. Still too soon, there's not much to say. They don't know, we talk anyway. All of the pieces and none of the places they go. So I am looking at pictures of cats. I am looking at pictures of cats. Too close, so I'm pretending I'm far, far away. Now, I didn't want to be useless today. Find your feet, bend at the knees. Hold your breath, these things come in threes. Try me tomorrow, today has been laying me low. So I am looking at pictures of cats. I am looking at pictures of cats. I am looking at pictures of cats. I am looking at pictures of cats.
A note for people in the audience: I'm sitting there looking like this, which makes it look like I'm deeply unhappy. That's just my concentrating face.
Oh,
Because I have not heard this album, so I'm hearing
Okay.
it for the first time, which is why I'm asking you so many
it's
questions.
definitely
about
like a
production.
listen end to end thing.
Yeah,
But
I'm getting highlights.
it's just it's like I picked that track because it just felt very a part of this year.
Yeah.
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 Just like
Oh, I was not to the point where I was parsing the lyrics.
oh yeah.
I was purely in music and production mode. The only thing I picked up was looking at pictures of cats. I didn't listen to any of the other lyrics. I was just listening to like the bells, and I was trying to figure out what they were doing.
Well, I
with the
mean, like
drums
I
and
think
stuff.
the tone of the song really
Yeah.
captures what it was about, anyways.
Yeah,
So.
I did. I love that kind of country-esque guitar.
It was like the slide.
I
yeah.
love slide guitar.
So do I.
It's like a weakness I have. You put a slide guitar in anything, and I'm like 60% more likely to listen to it.
Unless it's very country necessarily.
I mean, there's some.
I mean
country
like
music.
large production pop country that.
Oh yeah,
is-
no, I don't like large production pop
is
country.
kinda
But like you get
irritating.
like the indie country,
Yeah.
like the Sturgill Simpsons of the world and stuff like that, and that's just
Yeah.
so good. All right,
So.
so this is gonna be our last song.
Yeah. And I figured I'd go off on a different note a little bit.
Okay.
So this is also in the same album.
Oh, how exciting!
We were blind to every sign that we should have seen in a clear, unbroken line. Machine to machine, our mistakes were the future, but no one could tell. Long on Bitcoin and regret, with not much to show. The roaches took the kitchenette. We just let it go. Walked away as the skyline crumbled and fell. We could have stayed inside the city the machines had made, but we took our time here in the sunshine. Cast a shadow on the world that's gone. Paint the edges of the road we're on. Every bit was filed away. World on a drive. They lost Steve, but they got Ray. If he's still alive, we don't hear from the inside, not anymore. When we watch the wall at night, the tops of the trees reflect a cold and bluish light. A sudden unease, if there's nobody left, then who is it for? We soldier on. Such a short ride. Light bulbs and batteries are almost gone. Watch the world unwind on the outside. Here in the sunshine, cast a shadow on the world that's gone. Paint the edges of the road we're on. The color of the sky, the shape of a king. Everything I have and not what I miss. All this time the world was waiting for this. All the rest have slipped away. Just me and the wall. I won't last another day. And here where I fall marks the end of a great big beautiful thing. And who will see? Such a short ride. There's no one left who can remember me. But today is mine. On the outside. Here in the sunshine, cast a shadow on the world that's gone. Paint the edges of the road we're on. Cast a shadow on the world that's gone. Paint the edges of the road we're on.
Oh wait, we're on mute. Hi. Sorry. I thought you'd unmuted us.
No.
Yeah, that was great. I was getting some, as I just told Cori, I'll tell the chat, I was getting some real XTC vibes off that, because it's sort of that, like, classic pop, big sound, but...
Not familiar with XTC.
You'd like it. It's sort of the 80s, 90s English pop music, but they never went on tours. They never got really big because the lead singer has, like, terrible stage fright. He can't do it. But they did Dear God, and then Making Plans for Nigel is probably their two biggest hits, but like their whole albums are sort of filled with this sort of classic big pop with like serious lyrics, like this is. Because like it's not just like, but it's more like telling a story like this is.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And a lot of Beach Boys in there too. Well, I think that's just like the really good harmonies.
It's the harmonies, yeah.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of vocal stuff. Although I was paying more attention to the actual just music and not the vocals. So, wow, that was great.
Yes, high fives.
We did it.
We had fun.
Through the power of friendship and music, we hopefully showed like 500 people some cool new tunes to listen to. Let's do our last subscribers and bit donators and then go offline.
All right. Godake subscribed for 41 months in a row. Well, was saving this, but shout out for Solid State.
And
Thank you.
Hubris subscribed for 20 months in a row, saying thank you for taking me on this musical journey.
Slightly angrier Krogan subscribed for 14 months in a row.
And Chipton cheered with 550 bits, saying more music streams, please. This was great. #charity.
Lamar just subscribed, thanks to Anubis.
Kingleman cheered with 500 bits, saying, this is a great stream, and now I have to go download Sunshine, #charity.
And Gapfiller has just cheered with 100 bits. Thanks for stremming, guys.
Yay! I hope everybody had some fun and heard some new music. I know a lot of people are like, what about the VOD? The VOD is definitely going to be nuked from orbit. And we're not... a couple people were like, oh, could you do a YouTube replay? No.
But I believe you said we would post the track list.
We're going to post our track list. I know that Rocket John was putting together a Spotify playlist as well. Somebody asked about, like, unfortunately, because we don't own this music, there is no good way for us to actually get this into your hands after the fact. However, just because all the music is going to be the VODs, just because the VOD music is going to be muted doesn't mean that our commentary will be muted, and like a track list, you can just go out and listen to it for yourself. You don't really need us telling you about what these songs are about, just, you know, that we recommend them and they're good. So, yeah, I don't know. If you liked it, let us know. Maybe Cori and I'll be back. We have strong opinions about music. We listen to a lot of music.
Yeah, and if you guys have recommendations of your own, there's like a music channel on Discord.
Yeah.
Or Discord. And you can tweet at us. Don't at Kathleen. You can at me.
Yeah, I mean, you can at me, and I will possibly, like, I don't check Twitter as much anymore because I'm a very busy child. No VOD, no YouTube, only memories. It's like radio in the old days where you tuned in or you didn't.
And then you'd record on your cassette tape because you gotta make those mixtapes.
Because you wanted to hear that new Pearl Jam song.
The 90s were fun.
Yes. All right. Thanks, everybody. This has been a special Boxing Day bonus stream. I'm Kathleen.
I'm Cori.
We're great.
We're the best.
And, coming up next, what's coming up next? We have New Day Tuesday with Beige. Beige, what are you playing?
Blossom Tales.
Oh, it's Beige and Heather. They're playing Blossom Tales. Excellent. Just as a reminder, this stream and all of the other things that we do is brought to you by you, our kind and wonderful and generous community. Thank you so much for all the cheers and the bits and the subscriptions, and thank you for supporting us on our Patreon at patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. I know Patreon did some really nasty things where they were planning to roll out a very stupid and poorly thought out feature.
They did not.
They did not. So Patreon, check it out there.
Still exists.
Really helpful. It actually is very helpful to us. So we appreciate your support there. All right. Thank you guys so much. Have a great day. We'll be back in just a couple minutes. Bye, everybody.